everyone, Martin here, back with round 2 of this Legacy League playing Storm, and we have lost the die roll and get this hand, and this is a pretty clear keep. If we were to draw a Dark Ritual off of our first draw step, or a Cabal Ritual, we can go turn 1 Goblins. We could also not do that, not draw, but draw something else, then Delta, Ponder, find Dark Ritual, do it. And I mean, all this is, of course, depending on what our opponent does in turn 1, what deck they're playing. And then we also have the option of just going like swamp, fetch, swamp, duress into something. So this is a keep for sure. So let's see if we can make a guess as to what we're up against. Wooded Foothills means either lands or elves, I think, most of the time anyways. Yeah. I would guess elves then, because lands just not run Dried Arbor, or it might do, but not Green Sun Zenith anyways. Whew. Okay, well, I mean, so the good news here is that we can go for an Ad Nauseam. We will have 1 mana floating. We will have spent 2 out of our 4 lines items, though. And we will have, yeah, spent a petal. I don't love that, especially since, like, Forest into Dried Arbor off of, I mean, we could lose. They could go, like, let's see. They could go, like, Quirion Ranger, Heritage Druid, return the Forest, untap the Dried Arbor, another 1 mana Elf, then a Cradle, then suddenly they're tapping for a lot of mana and could like natural order us out. But that seems like a bit of a stretch. So alternatively, we just go like a Ponder or hope to find like a ritual to make it a bit more of a safe thing. I think I like that. So I'm going to go for an island here because there is the very, very off chance that we're up against a wasteland deck. Like the only other thing I can really think of is if they're playing, what's it called? The 4-color Loam deck. That would run Wooded Foothills and Dried Arbor, and they have Wastelands, and Wasteland could really mess us up here. So there is something to be said about taking another land, even though it's not one we really like, because that makes the next turn Ad Nauseam a lot better, but I think we can do better than this. The only card we can't have in the top 2 now is Ad Nauseam, or we'll be really sad. And also, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm not just going for Empty the Warrants, it's because against Elves, it's like usually quite poor. You give them 2 draw steps to just goldfish you, basically. Plus they can gum up the ground. But now that we got another petal, is it worth considering it? How much storm can we make? Well, we're on storm 1, so it can be petal 2, petal 3. Diamond 4, Diamond 5, Tutor 6, another Tutor 7, MT 8, MT for 16. Tell you what, if we were able to duress, if we could like move in a duress into that whole equation, I would do it just to take like a natural order or something. But as it is, I'm going to pass. All right, let's hope we don't get like run out of the game here. Yeah, the aggro loam deck also plays. Okay, no, it is Elves. That is the probably the best creature they could have here, because it makes Dried Arbor tap for 2 mana, if nothing else, and can also, like, if they're stuck on lands, they can replay the Forest. And I mean, even if they were to go for a natural order this turn, only the Dried Arbor and the Behemoth could attack. It would have to be a really insane turn 2 for them to get that up to lethal, I think. Alright, so they've replayed the Forest. That means no Cradle. So I think we're probably safe here. Not, oh, okay. Green Suns for one. Wirewood? Okay, no, a Heritage Druid, right. Okay, so now they get, well, they get to ramp up to some mana here. And the Nettle Sentinel will untap, so that's pretty sweet. So if they can get like a Wirewood in here, Wirewood Symbiote to bounce Elves and recast them, that'd be really good for them. Oh, sorry. So yeah, they don't know what we're playing. We could be like a control deck or show and tell. So I'm gonna pretend that we have like a maybe have a counter spell. Okay, this is really bad now. They have the two Nettle Sentinels, so every elf they cast will untap two Nettle Sentinels, so they can perpetually create 3 mana through the Heritage Druid. So now the Wirewood is going to bounce the Elvish Visionary. And now we are actually at a point where they have enough mana where a natural order would kill us, I think. Okay, so they've used the used the symbiote. So now, wow, this is. If they had a glimpse of nature in here, that would have, I think, sealed the deal. So we just have to hope and pray that we don't get killed now. They would also need another Wirewood or Quirion Ranger to untap the Dried Arbor. Okay, now they don't have any more elves. They have one card in hand. So right now they can't keep making mana. They need the last card. Oh, never mind. I forgot. Of course, they just replayed the Wirewood. Played another Wirewood, I mean. So they bounced the Visionary, so replay that. Wow. Little old elves, just running amok. Alright, 6 mana, Deathrite. Alright, what's your last card? Nothing. Fantastic. Alright, well, that should seal the deal for us here. So what we're going to do, we'll have 10 mana and Storm 6, so that we could make it 8 mana Storm 7, 6 mana Storm 8, 4 mana Storm 9, and Tendrils. I think that's actually just what we're going to do. So yeah. Oh, they could have like Mindbreak Trap, I guess. That could be their last card. Or Surgical. Yeah, that's actually pretty sexy. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Oh, what am I talking about? Surgical. This isn't game. This is game one. Never mind. Sorry. I got lost in my thoughts here. All right. So this next. Let me just make sure I have it right here. The next tutor makes it Storm 7. We will have 8 mana. Oh, sorry, we will have 10 mana. Then Storm. Another tutor is Storm 8, and we will have 8 mana. Another tutor is Storm 9. Well, yeah. So we're all good. Get the tendrils. Alright, so sideboard wise, we don't want a lot here. We want a way to bounce stuff because they will have things that we might need to bounce, like a Rurik Thar or a Gadok Teague. And Chain of Vapor is just a clean answer for that. We don't want Empty the Warrens. Like I said, that's a lot of the times it's just not very good. So the thing is there anything else we really want to cut from our deck? Well, our discard spells aren't doing a lot, but they could potentially slow them down by taking one of their combo pieces, or like stop us from running face first into like a surgical extraction or a mind break trap. But I wish I had some more business, really, I guess. Because I don't think those discard spells do a lot. I don't think Chrome Mox really matters a lot either, but yeah, let's keep it in. Let's just sideboard lightly and do it like this. Let's see how we go. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I always just expect to get, like, turn one discarded out of Elves post sideboard. And, like, Thoughtseize here taking Ponder kind of sucks. Oh, okay. That seems fairly innocuous. Yeah. Wow, that was filthy. Alright, so here's the deal. We can go Scalding Tarn, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. That's 4 mana. That becomes 7 with the Lionside Diamond. And 7 becomes 5 with casting Infernal Tutor. That means that we can get to Ad Nauseam with no mana floating. That loses to it loses to Mindbreak Trap, basically. Whereas we could choose to like dress them and wait a turn. But the thing is, like, even a blind therapy here is gonna hit something, because the thing's name out of Storm when you're therapying blindly is Infernal Tutor, Dark Ritual, Lines of Diamond, or Cabal Ritual. Cabal Ritual, not really, but I guess. So they'll hit, and I have the sneaking suspicion that they're sitting on a therapy that they chose not to blind fire off, but instead wanted to be able to like flashback it on the same turn that they cast it. But that could be completely wrong. So they could be sitting on surgical extraction, which would also be annoying here because they could take like our tutor. But I still like this, I have to say. I'm just gonna gamble on them not having the Mindbreak Trap, and they do seem to have F6'd, so let's see. Alright. So we need to hit Petals now. Or Chrome Mox is good. Diamond is decent. We need another Petal, or Petal Effect, or a Dark Ritual. Cabal Ritual. Cabal Therapy. Island. Brainstorm. Okay, now we're at a point where we could drop to 4 if we hit a Past in Flames. Oh, sorry, drop to 2. But there's a Petal, so I think we're good here. Storm is 5. Storm is 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Storm is plenty. The only question is, do we want to keep going because 6 is not that dangerous a life total? No, I don't think so. Let's just probe to be sure, even though I think they were F6ing before. Yeah, alright, they had nothing. So let's cast this and imprinted with a brainstorm. And then let's cast this petal. Make black. Cabal ritual. And tendrils. Alright. GG's. Alright. Awesome. So that was that's a fairly favorable matchup, but I I feel like we nearly lost game one there. And against the favorable matchups, you definitely want to win the first game because it's never as easy as it is in the first game against those matchups. So if you're going to lose, it's likely because you lost the first game. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I will be back with the rest of this Legacy League. Bye bye.